Chris. Thank you for joining me. Today is about Easter and we're going to make some marbled eggs. So if you do not celebrate Easter, that's totally fine. You can use the same technique with other items, and we're going to make a centerpiece later. That will be in another video. Today's going to be quite short. You can also celebrate maybe just spring. That is really around the corner now, if not already yet, depending on when I'm going to post this video. Normally it should be in a week. But yeah, it can be about celebrating spring, about Easter, celebrating maybe chocolate if you don't celebrate Easter. So it's going to be very easy. We're going to use some shaving cream, and you need to have this shaving cream, not the gel. The gel won't work for this technique. You usually do use this technique, and I will put a link to this video on the upper right corner where I did marbled paper. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but with eggs. So the eggs that I have here are Styrofoam eggs, because here where I live I can't find any white eggs, so I just use these false eggs, and actually it did work pretty well. I didn't really take the paint off yet, but I tried with food coloring. So these are the one that I just made. It's exactly the same technique I'm going to show you, but this time I'm going to use some acrylics because I think these colors are nice. I need to see a little later when the shaving cream is going to go off what is really going to look like. I was a bit scared that maybe the food coloring would not stick to the Styrofoam, but it actually do stick. And I will put later a little bit of glossy varnish on it to make them look nice, but I think the colors are a bit too bright, so I can't really do nothing about that with the food coloring, but I might be able to make other colors a little softer, like pastel colors you usually use for Easter, with my acrylics. So again, shaving cream, give it a good shake like this, and up into I'm using another Styrofoam dish here. I don't need something really big, and you don't need to put too much, and I'm just going to put a few drops here of more pastel colors. Yeah, that's good. Maybe it's too much. Better put less. I think I have put too much here. A little bit of pink. I like this pink. And green. And also give it a good squish. Alright, and maybe a darker pink as well. Whatever brand you use, that'll do fine. Oops. Okay, I think it's enough. And I'm going to use a bigger skewer here to kind of mixed just a little bit the colors, not too much. Alright, I really want pastel colors. I didn't put any blue in here. I think that it's maybe overkilling if you put too much. Then I'm going to put my egg here. I think it's nicer, and I've put some glove because I don't want to color too much my fingers. And I'm going to dip them in here. Yes, I think it's going to look nice. And I will allow the shaving cream to completely disappear. So depending maybe on the temperature or the humidity in your room, it's going to take more time. Usually it takes about an hour. Might take 2 hours. If you can do this and leave them overnight, it'll be even better. And I'm just going to put this here on another Styrofoam dish that I have. I'm going to do this another time, and if I'm not happy with it, I can color it in white with just white paint, acrylic paint, and I can go and come over on top. Since I'm using acrylic, it won't be an issue, because if you want to take the shaving cream right off right now with the paint, it's not going to work. It's going to be messy. You're not going to like it. I've tried when I was using paper, and I had to, when using acrylics, to leave it there. If you're using food coloring, it's better. You can take the shaving cream almost immediately, especially on paper, because the paper tends to really absorb the dyes very quickly, but not on Styrofoam. So leave that to completely dry, and then you'll see really what it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to put some more just on the bottom here where I can't go. Really, I think the colors are quite nice, actually. I'm going to do one more. And if you have some leftovers, what I've done here, I just took a piece of paper and I've used all my leftovers to marble some more paper and do backgrounds for my cards or for your scrapbook pieces if you want to. So it's fun. You can do this with your kids, but if you're using acrylics or even food coloring, make sure that you protect their clothes and probably their fingers too, because especially food coloring may stain fingers for a long time. And also, I would be careful with the clothes. Usually when I'm in my craft room, I have something on. I use so much paint and glues, and the clothes I have are just for my craft room, actually. I really like that. So I'm going to finish all my eggs, and I will show you the result, the one that I have the acrylic paint on and the one that have the food coloring, and you'll choose which one you like best. So see you in a bit. Okay, it's been about 12 hours, and I've already tried to take the shaving cream off because there's not much left, but there's a little bit. And it's going to react differently if you used the food coloring or the acrylic. And it's also different from what you used to do on paper. The paper turned out really nice, whether this is acrylic paint, this is the food coloring. You can see it's slightly different. You're going to have some texture here with the acrylic paint. And these are the food coloring. So the colors are bright, much brighter, maybe because I put a bit too much. So give it a try first. You have this one here that has a lighter color. And what I've noticed when I wanted to put some varnish on it, these are the food coloring again. If you use a varnish and if it's water-based, it's going to tend to take away the color. It's going to smear. So maybe what you can do first, or different solutions. If you only have water-based varnishes, you should use maybe a hairspray to fix the colors before applying. Put a very cheap hairspray, that'll do, to fix the colors, the food coloring, and when it's dry, you can come over, and normally if you put enough, it won't smear your paint. Otherwise, if you have a varnish in a spray bottle, you could use that too. Don't do it too close because again it's going to smear, or you might have some drips. So be at about 30 centimeters, which is about 12 inches away, so you're not going to put too much at once. It's better to come back and put more if needed. So yes, I think they're nice. They're very bright. That's the food coloring. And these are this one, that's the food coloring. This one is the acrylic paint. So it's got some texture to it because I let it sit overnight. Maybe I should have taken away the shaving cream before, but if you do like the effect of texture, that's really nice. I think I didn't put enough here, or the other thing is that you should maybe take the shaving cream off much sooner. And then if you use a varnish, even if it's water-based, because it's acrylic, when it dries like plastic. It's not going to smear. That will do fine the first time. Let me show you this one. I haven't taken all the shaving cream off yet. This is a food coloring one. Be careful because it's still going to stain your fingers. It's just sitting on top because it's not a porous surface like paper. It's going to stay on the top of it. It's not going to go into it. But I think it's not bad. I think it's too colory, probably too bright for Easter, but I still think it's nice. And I also have this one here. This one is acrylic. Let me take something that is cleaner. So there's a little bit of excess shaving cream. and you see there's a big part coming off. This is why I would suggest, it was a try, so I wasn't sure, taking the shaving cream a little bit before. Wait a few minutes before taking it away, but take it away. Don't let it sit. So what I'm going to do is do another batch here. I'm going to cover all the pieces that are white here. I didn't cover very well, but I still like the effect. And except for this red color, it's more, the colors are more subtle. I think it's maybe more adapted for Easter. But I do like this project, and I've learned a lot, so I wanted to share this with you, not hiding anything. So let me say that again. If you're using food coloring, you can wait overnight for the shaving cream to kind of disappear, and it's going to stay on top. You need to varnish it, but first fix the colors with either hairspray, or maybe if you have a varnish, a spray varnish, use that. The other solution, if you have some home, is to use a varnish that is not water-based. It can be solvent-based, whatever it is. That should work. As long as it's not water, it's not going to smear. For the acrylics, don't let the shaving cream sit too long. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, give it a try, and take the shaving cream off gently. Otherwise, when it's dry, it's going to kind of chip off a little bit. Not everything, a lot of it is staying on there. And then I'm going to apply the varnish just like I started doing here. But you see there are a lot of blanks. So different techniques, different look. You need to play with it a little bit and see what you like best. It's totally, some people will say, I like this one best. Some people will say, I like this effect better. But one thing I would do is use less colors, especially with the food coloring. They tend to mix a bit too much. And I had a heavy hand. So there you go. If you have any suggestions or if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll always come back and also don't forget to give me some thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell button, and also share on social medias. And also don't forget that I do videos in English and French, so when you see the same video coming in French, usually the English comes out before the French version. So when you see it coming, don't worry, it's not a mistake. It's just my channel doing it the French version. I think it's nicer to do it live. I don't do any voiceover yet. People tend to prefer when it's, it's not a voiceover. So there you go. I just wanted to explain that to you. Thank you so much for being there. Take care and see you soon.